It's about 6 o'clock in the evening and I have wets to put back on. Since the flow is done, robbing is a problem. So it's early evening, wets go on. They only have a couple hours before dark, and by morning all that's cleaned up. So far so good with that. If I had wets during a flow, they go right back on no matter what. But that's what we're doing tonight. This is the pollen feed that I have out for them, and so far so good with not having robbing a problem. It's supposed to quell their intentions, giving them something to do or giving them pollen to go back and build with, and so far I've had pretty good success because I've left hives open or did an extensive inspection without a problem. But tonight I'm lifting lids, leaving them off, putting wets on, and letting them get back to work. So the objective is that wherever I put a wet, it's got to have enough bees to cover it, at least for a couple of days, and then I can take it back off. You put a wet on a hive that doesn't have enough bees to cover, you know, eat it back and clean it up and dry it off. Here in my neck of the woods, you definitely will get a hive beetle bloom, a potential hive beetle bloom, and that's just not cool. It's just not cool. So, and one of the things that we've noticed this year while we're pulling honey is that there's really no hive beetle. Every once in a while you get a hive beetle or a larva. Everything's been super clean, even though I've had record rainfall. And that's just one of the good things that's happened this year. Okay, so this is one of the nicer hives. She's already got 3 honey on her, but looking at her population on top, I probably can. It's 6 o'clock at night, and if you think that you can go into hives with no equipment the later in the day, you may be sorely mistaken. Apparently there's TikToks that have a beekeeper, and it's so apparently there's a beekeeper on TikTok that does removals, and she's been outed as a danger. Some people still are just madly in love. This is just even actually empty. It's not even honey anymore, so they could actually hold it. And if you watch her videos, what it is she's got a film crew. It's a highly edited piece of film. It's not one of us that just go out with a handheld and they set her up, they have it smoked, they have the swarm or cutout already and perfected so that everybody knows she needs a queen. She happens to carry queens with her. But anyway, if you go out and you don't have your equipment for a cutout, and you're in the south, you may be in for quite a surprise. A lot of her cutouts are tiny little ones, but this is a nice looking top. She's full of honey. She's definitely got plenty of population. She's definitely sitting on 3 frames. So what I do is I go through and I open up these hives before I even open up the car to take out the wets, because I don't want to be surprised by a rob. I want to be in control of as much as I can, or try to. Obviously they're bees. I don't control a whole lot about them. That's 2. I need 4 in this yard and then 4 in another yard. These are sweeties there. She could probably make it, but I'd like to see more. I'm going to try another one. This one's pretty big back here. She's got a top and bottom entrance. Say hello. This is mostly empty from another wet. So she's got time. I'm going to be here tomorrow. Relieve her of some stinging my phone. That's nice. Like I said, 6 o'clock. You have to expect 1, 2, 3. That one's not bad. Ow. Wow. She's too light. She's got girls out front. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna do it. She's okay. Let's see if somebody else is bigger. So, I have 4 hives wide open. And before I started feeding pollen, I didn't have like 10 minutes to have a hive open. Feeding the dry pollen. I didn't have 10 minutes before I started having visitors tell me that, hey, things are looking pretty good. So, now to put the wets on. Okay. At least one shot of the hive. Good. You can stand right there. You're funny. You gotta waste my life.
Is this good enough, or?
There's only one more to do. Okay, thank you. So last but not least, I would mark every single one, because if you have enough of them, they all start to look alike. And the notes on them, besides being in a book, if your book's not handy, you can walk right by the hive and say, whoa, that's a wet. We can take that off. What date was it? How long should it be up there? Etc. And take care of business. Generally in a 2 days or so, they're gonna be just fine to take off. Like I said, a couple of them already have a few on, and I need to take them off. But today was supposed to be sunny, and yet again it was rainy. So this hive can definitely take a wet. This is an amazing hive. Like I said, it's evening. Be prepared for some girls that don't want year-round, even on your nice hives. I've worked this one with no gloves, and she's out at me. Love the sound of propolis. So that's 2. Need 2 more. See how she's doing. It can come out at you. It's usually okay. Yikes. Another big girl. Like I said, my flow is over. So it's really nice to see that they're still producing. Step away and let her calm her ass down. Okay, that's 3. And 1 more. I want them to be busy. This one looks busy. That's my 4th choice. So now, everybody's open. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, you don't want that to happen when you're not prepared. Middle of the day, go in with gloves. In the evening, you better be ready because everybody's home, and the foragers are a much more jumpy group than nurse bees and the younger bees. Okay. And definitely don't go approaching some bees that you're not sure of. That's on the big one. One-handed beekeeping. One more. So besides trimming out my yards, wets go on in the evening. So wets go on in the evening once the flow is done. It's easier. It's a second trip sometimes in the evening, but better that than robbing happening in your yard. Robbing travels from hive to hive, and if it's close enough to somebody else's apiary or you have a second yard close enough, they're just, you know, that's why you don't do open feeding either, because that can just set off the whole system of robbing. So thanks for watching my video, and once again, happy beekeeping.